All right, good evening, everyone. This is iBUG Android Insight for April 20th, 2022. We're so glad that you joined us tonight. This is going to be an open forum for anybody that has questions about their Android devices, anything that runs the Android operating system. We also talk about the Alexa devices and all of her friends. So it's a broad range of topics that we can potentially discuss. We talk about the operating system. We can talk about apps on the operating, apps that you use on your phone or your tablet. Talk about peripherals. I mean, so it's quite the gambit. So we hope that we can help you with your questions. And just real quick, just going to share a few announcements about what iBUG today is up to for the next week or so. We are a nonprofit and we have various training opportunities. We have a lot of training on the iPhone and iPad and Mac. And also, as you all are here, we also do Android. Let's see. So, and I know that the line is kind of blurring. People have, some of this and some of that. So it's not the clear dichotomy that maybe it once was. So you may be an iPhone user, but you have Android stuff, or you may be an Android user and have some like an iPad or something. So just to let you know a little bit about what else we have. Monday nights, we have a Q&A very similar to what we're doing right now. Every Monday night, we talk about all things relating to your iPhone and the operating system and peripherals. And that's on Monday night. And let's see, the best thing that you could do is to check out our website, ibugtoday.org. ibugtoday.org is where you can get information about all of our various training and social events. We have about 21 every month. So for the rest of this week, we have tomorrow night, we have Trekkie Talk for anybody who's a Star Trek fan. We are going to be discussing the Next Generation Season 4, episodes 12 and 13. So what we do is we listen to them ahead of time and then get together and discuss the episode or what we thought, and then the trivia associated with it. So we hope that you will come for that, and that would be on this same Zoom conference line as well. Then on Friday night, we have something called iBUG Night at the Virtual Movies. So we watch a movie. We have different movies of various genres. So this one is from 1954 called Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart. So one of those classics. So it's a rom-com romantic comedy. So usually we start the movie at 8 p.m. Central Time, and we have a little social time prior to that at 7:30. Then we discuss it afterwards and have some trivia following the movie. Okay, so those are, on this Saturday we have a iOS Apple workshop, iBUG Apple workshop, talking about there we'll be doing the latest news, some app demos, and that will be from 2 to 4. And we'll be talking about, that will be on this same Zoom conference line. Okay, that kind of gives you an overview of some of the things that are going on. And if you would like to participate, we are doing a drawing because we are a nonprofit. And what it is a $500 gift, $500 card for the Apple Store. And what you need to do would be to buy a ticket. For a donation of $10, you have a chance of winning the $500 gift card to the Apple Store. And if you want to improve your chances, you could do $50 and get 6 tickets. And the drawing for that will be on May 21st at our 11th anniversary celebration. And you need not be present to win. All of the information for participating in the drawing is available on our website. Okay, so with that, just wanted to kind of just let you know a little bit of a change in our format. I'm Sandhya Rao, and I'll be your facilitator and, basically managing the call. But we have Ava Caruth and Hershey Trivedi. They will be part of our expert panel here to answer your questions. Of course, if you also have suggestions or thoughts about an answer, please feel free to step forward and express your sentiment. We have some rules in this call, as are all of our calls. We like for you to say your name and then wait to be recognized by me, facilitator. And, that way we can avoid stepping on each other, talking over each other, and that way we kind of get to know who is speaking and so forth. All right. So, and that applies for when you want to ask a question or answer a question. We don't use the hand raise feature in this call. To mute or unmute, the mute button, if you're using the Zoom app, is in the bottom left corner. If you're on an iPad, it's up at the top middle. If you're on a PC, it's Alt-A. If you're on your Mac, it's Command-Shift-A. If you're on a good old-fashioned landline or phone, it's *6. Okay, with that, I'm going to unmute, and then we will go around and, have a chance to say who's here, say who you are, and where you are from. And if this is your first time calling in, please let us know that as well. So hang on one second. All right, so I'm Sandhya in Houston. Who would like to go next?
Jerry Hogan, San Antonio.
Welcome, Jerry.
My name is Tanya Fulford, and this is my first time being here tonight.
All right, and where are you from, Tanya?
I'm from the Big Apple of New York.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, Brad will be coming to visit you pretty soon.
Okay.
We'll have lots of company. Glad to have you. And real quick, how did you hear about iBUG?
No, I had an email anyway, and about all the oh man.
Okay.
The listings of all of the calls today.
Oh, okay. Oh, on the ACB community. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, glad to have you. Thank you so much. Okay. Who's next? Yeah, great. Okay, who's next?
Michael Babcock from Coquille, Oregon. And this is my first time being here. Heard about you on ACB Community Call and interested in Android.
All right, great. Well, thank you, Michael. Glad to have you. And yes, great. And we definitely would like to extend our appreciation of ACB Community for helping us, promote our conversation tonight. All right, who's next? We're going around and saying who you are, where you're from. Go ahead.
This is Tony from Jacksonville, and I heard about you on the community call.
Okay, welcome, Tony. Thank you for coming. All right, who's next? You know what I was supposed to do? I guess we can, go ahead and amend for anybody as we go forward. You can also tell us what Android devices you have, if any. So forgot to do that. Sorry.
Hello, it's Mandy from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm primarily an iPhone user, but have an Android tablet and keeping up with Android in my training.
Cool. And how'd you hear about us?
I heard about iBUG today from Harshid, and this isn't my first meeting, but it's first in a while. So
all right, it's not your first rodeo, huh, Mandy? Okay. All right. All right. Who's next?
This is Helene from Woodstock.
Helene.
And it's my first time on an Android call because I had questions about the A lady.
Okay. We're glad you're here. And I think I know the answer, but how did you hear about iBUG?
Oh my goodness, from so many people, but mostly, I think that I initially heard about it through somebody from ACB, but then I got it, the mentor from Jody, and got a lot of help from this. This
Aw.
group is my most favorite thing in the world. The lucky people
Aw.
on this call.
Thank you. I pay you well, don't I? Okay. Well, thank you, Helene, for those kind words. All right. Well, Miss Helene, what do you have what device do you have? You have a
I have an iPhone 2SE 2020 and iPads, but the A lady is the one that's an
Right.
Android. I'd like to know better.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right, going along. Anybody else want to say who you are, where you're from, and what kind of devices, Android devices you have? And if you didn't get a chance to tell us that earlier, you can go again.
This is Herbie in Houston.
Herbie.
And yep, I have several Alexa devices, an older Echo Show from like several years ago, a Echo, the big one, Echo 4th Gen. Chanel has an Echo Dot. I have a Fire tablet that I haven't used in years. I have an old Android phone sitting in my desk that I've not used in even longer. That I got in as an experimental phone, but doesn't have any service. I think it's like it's like a very old phone.
Okay.
From at least 2015. So.
Oh wow, they had phones back then. All right, good job, Herbie.
They
Thanks.
did, and they were smart too. So.
Oh yeah. All right. Great, Herbie. Thank you.
iBUG even existed back. You may have heard of this organization called iBUG Today. I think they were around in 2011.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. So, who else would like to say who you are, where you're from, and what kind of Android device you have?
This is Peter Heidi. I'm in Baraboo, Wisconsin. I have a Moto G Power 20 phone and the Lady A.
All right. How'd you hear about us?
I first heard you on on AC back in the days of ACB radio.
Okay,
and,
cool.
Anyway.
Great. Well, thank you. My goodness, ACB Radio, we definitely are indebted to you. All right, who's next?
Hello, this is DJ.
DJ.
Yes, good evening, my dear. And so I used to be an Android user, and thank God used to be don't make good honey. That was some years ago.
Okay.
But currently I am an iPhone user, yet I do have one of my charter members who is an Android user, and trying to get her some help. I want to eventually perhaps learn a little bit more about Android so that I can kind of help her to navigate with her phone, especially doing Zoom calls and with the muting and raising hand functions, especially. She's low
Absolutely.
vision. She is low vision, although she does see some. She's if you want to call it a high low vision, but she does see some, and yet still, and she's also a senior as well, and just kind of getting her established. She's just recently blind. I think she's just been blind now about 4-5 years, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of like, as her president, trying to help her and her neighbor, trying to help her to navigate through her phone so that it would be easier for her and she would be more independent. So
very good.
What kind of Android she has, I'm not particularly sure.
Okay.
Although as time goes on and these calls be a little bit more as I can get in. I'm in here now, because I'm on my vacation. Usually on Wednesdays, I'm at work around this time.
Oh,
But,
well, we're glad you're here. And
yeah.
as you find, that's very gracious and nice of you to help your friend. So we hope that we can help you help her. All right.
All right. Good
All
deal.
right.
Thanks a
Very
bunch.
good. Thank you. Okay. We're still going around saying who we are, where we're from, and what kind of Android device you have. Anybody else?
This is
Didn't-
Michael Babcock. I just wanted to add that I have a Pixel 5 and then probably picking up a Pixel 6.
Oh, cool. All right. Thank you, Michael. Okay. And Freddie.
Yes, I'm from Galveston County area, and I have a 3rd gen A-Lady and a tablet.
Ah, cool. Okay. Thank you, Freddie. Anybody else want to say hi? Before we get the show on the road. All right. Okay. Hershey and Ava, you want to say hi? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
this is Ava.
Hey, there you are.
Yeah, I'm one of the panelists. And I have an Echo Show 5, Echo Show 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about 4 Echo Dots. I have the Echo, I have the plugs. I have Google Home. And I have a Fire tablet, a Galaxy tablet. Trying to think of what else do I have.
What else don't you have? Why don't you tell us what you don't have, right? Okay. Thank you, Ava. Very
and
cool.
I'm in Houston.
Yes. All right. Great. Okay. Hershey. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. This is Hershey from Central Florida. And for my devices, cell phone wise, I have a Note 9, my beloved Note 9. I have recently bought a S22 Ultra, so that is my new daily phone. And another phone I have is a Pixel 4 XL. And then as far as smart speakers, I have a couple audios, a couple Nest Hubs, Gen 2. And that's about it, just to keep it minimal, thermostat and things like that. Of course, are added devices which work well with the Google Home. So that's what I have.
All right. I need to get a little louder there, Hershey. Okay. All right. Anybody else want to say hi? Who you are, where you're from, devices that you have? Just trying to figure out where we are. Okay. Well, so what we do on this call is we help answer your questions. So, and then we try to make sure everybody gets a chance to ask a question. So not one person just answers and asks all the questions. So we try to give everybody a chance. So once you've asked a question, we kindly ask that you hold off and then let another person have a chance, and then we'll come back for a second round. All right, so who is going to be the brave one and would like to ask a question? You have to be brave. Just to, and there's no dumb questions, only the one that's not asked, right? So it can be the most basic question. That's what we're here to help you with.
Well, this is DJ, and I guess I'll kick it off.
Go ahead,
So,
DJ.
As I said, I have a friend who has an Android device, an Android phone, and I believe she has the talkback feature. Now, I guess the talkback feature would be equivalent to voiceover on iPhone. If you want to correct me, you can. But in the process of using the talkback feature, she's a little disconcerted about using the speech mode or whatever. I think it's kind of maybe like kind of surprising for her, overwhelming for her. So I'm wondering how I can best assist her in navigating through her phone as a totally blind person to a almost totally blind, low vision person. So That's my dilemma right now.
Okay, let's start there. Okay, who can want to go to our panel first, and y'all have thoughts? Otherwise, we'll open it up.
Don't everybody speak at one time.
I know, right? Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Who would like to take that question?
This is Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
I just want to ask BJ a question. That's the question he'd asked.
Sure.
About people that are low vision or blind. How much sight does he have? How much you have, BJ? Because it sounds like you're not sure how blind people use these devices, because that would help you a lot too.
Well, I'm total. And
okay.
At one time I was a former Android
I wasn't
user,
sure.
but-
You know, it sounded
Yeah.
like you had vision, you know, and then I'm going,
This is Herbie.
Okay.
Thank you, Jerry. Okay, go ahead, Herbie.
So, first of all, DJ, one thing I want to say is it's not a novelty in my experience for low vision or sighted users to get overwhelmed with speech, no matter what device it is, whether it's Android, iPhone, or, computer, whatever. So, I think that is perfectly normal. So, there are definitely guides out there for using Android. Jonathan Mosen on some of his podcasts has, in fact, there's a couple of them that were devoted to just the basics of Android use. So you may want to go check out Mosen at Large and some of those archives. And it's not too far back either. I want to say like January or something like that. So, it's very recent, and he talks just a lot. He does an interview with an Android user on just a lot of the basics of how Android works. And there are some universal concepts, flicking and stuff like that, but there are a lot of differences as well. But like I said, as an iPhone user, I've helped other iPhone users who are low vision, and I've run into the same problem where they get overwhelmed with the speech, and so so I applaud you being an iPhone user going to help an Android user. That's definitely going to be fun.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that you can do it. I just say that, but
yeah.
Even within the same operating system. So, but check out Jonathan Mosen, and he does an interview, and that will walk you through, I think, some of the basic ideas of how Android works. So that might be a good starting point. And we do have a list as well.
Because she also with her, when she makes calls, answer calls on her phone, she has no problem with that. When she makes calls, she uses Google, as we are prone to use Siri. And I can remember when I had my Android years ago, I remember they had the feature called Secretary. It was kind of like, iffy on her. But, that's what this woman does. She uses that. But what I want to get her to try to do is to be able to be more efficient, or at least a little bit more comfortable with the keyboard as far as participating in Zoom calls, because my next step is to get her involved in ACB community, so that she can join the community on Zoom and whatnot. And that's where the bugaboo lies at right now.
Yeah, let's see if anybody else can help out, Doug, DJ, and then we'll keep going. Okay, anybody else? Any thoughts? Yeah, okay, all right. Any other thoughts for helping out DJ to help the Android user?
Sandhya.
Yes.
You have two hands raised, and my question is, are they trying to help answer this, or are they trying to
all right,
wait
yes.
for their turn?
So reminder that we do not use the hand raise. So if you are want to speak, if you're trying to answer this question, please go ahead and just say your name, and then we will recognize you. All right. Anybody?
Mandy.
Mandy, go ahead, Mandy.
I'll tell you what works with. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you are. Okay.
I'll tell you what works with a lot of those reluctant speech users that I'm helping out, either talkback or voiceover on their tablets or their smartphones. So one of the issues they have is when they're first learning, there are some things that they know how to do in voiceover or in talkback, but there's some things they only know how to do when they're out of it, especially those first few lessons, especially. So what I make sure they know how to disable and enable it again. So I give them permission, at least at first, to hop in and out of voiceover or talkback as needed. And I say that, I'm like, well, if you don't know how to get into the control center when voiceover's on, instead of like overwhelming them with all of the shortcuts up front or the gestures, so that's how one approach that works for those trepidatious users. And meanwhile, especially if time has passed since between lessons, if their vision worsens, they just start to rely on it more, and that just kind of happens naturally. And by then they've learned enough to be more comfortable with it. But yeah, given that permission at the beginning to hop in and out of those features until they learn how to use the gestures, more of the gestures.
All right, great insight there. And I love the word trepidatious. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, I like words. Okay, thank you, Mandy. So with that,
Thank you, Mandy.
Yeah, right. Okay, and then we will move along to the next question. And then if we have time, we'll think about some more. If anybody thinks of more things for DJ, we'll come back to this issue. All right, who's the next brave one that would like to ask a question? Any question? Yes, sir, Michael.
Does anyone have an easy to use RSS reader on Android that is not bloated with ads? Even if I have to pay for it, I'm willing to throw money down.
Wow, he's willing to pay money. All right, guys, anybody recommendations? Remember, we just say your name and wait to be recognized. Recommendations for an RSS reader.
Hey, this is Hershey.
Go ahead.
So I'm not totally sure of the name, but I have been hearing some information about a couple RSS readers floating about that are, I think, accessible. Let me get back to that name for you. I'll go research some more. I know I saw it somewhere, and if I could get a name, I'll try to put it on our list. Or,
oh, yes.
Get it to you somewhere in a different way.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that we do have a list. If you visit our website, ibugtoday.org, then go under the Android Insight, and then you can subscribe to our list, and then we can share questions and information there as well. So you have to subscribe to the list.
Perfect.
All right.
Thanks.
Yes, so I encourage everybody to get on that list because we post various reminders and information about, try to answer things, and people can post questions there. All right, great, Michael. Hopefully we get you an answer soon. So great question. Okay, who's next? Yes?
Hi, this is Nancy Ember. Can I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead, Nancy. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I don't know. I have a Motorola 5G stylus phone, but I'm considering. I don't know how. And I can't put my hands on it. I know that Best Buy doesn't have it, and I know Amazon does. I could send it back if I don't. Does anyone know about the Unihertz Titan Pocket? It's unlocked. It's a $309 Android phone. I think it's Android 11. It's similar. It's not a BlackBerry. Those are out of style. But what does anyone know about this phone? And can you do everything with the keypad doesn't slide? That's more expensive. I don't need that. It's just part of the phone. Thank you.
All right. So anybody have any experience with the phone? Nancy mentioned Unihertz. Sounds cool. Has actual keys. Can you say that?
I just did a Google search and I found it. I found the information, but I don't know what all. I know there's a podcast on it, but I haven't heard it all yet. I wonder if anyone. It kind of fascinates me.
Okay. Well, you could get it and then return it. Unihertz, okay.
Yeah, Unihertz Titan Pocket. It's unlocked phone. It's $309 on Amazon, and but I don't know if you can do most everything with the keypad. It's a physical keypad. It doesn't slide. It's just I think it's part of the phone, but I don't know much more than that. I don't know who else sells it. I mean, where you can put your hands on it before you even consider getting it. I guess with Amazon, you can send it. One can send it back if you had to. I guess if you didn't like it.
Right. Yep.
But
Okay.
anyone know about this phone? Thank you.
Let's see. Anybody? Any experience with this phone? Okay, Nancy's looking kind of quiet, so
I guess so.
take that as a no. You are going to go and explore and tell us, okay? So maybe you can try to read some reviews. Yeah, try to Google it and see what you find. So
that's what I'm going to have to do. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. All right, good deal. Who's next? Another brave person want to ask a question? We're doing great. Everybody's piping up. Like it. Who would like to go next? Anybody? Can be a question about a gesture or how to do whatever, or maybe you've had some issue with something that you're doing. Who would like to go?
I could ask another question, I suppose.
Go ahead, Nancy. Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
I don't want to monopolize the conversation, but
I'll let you know. You know that.
You let me know. I know you will. Well,
go ahead.
Sometimes I'm doing something with the phone, and I'll TalkBack starts yapping at me, and I'm trying to find out something else. How do I? If I'm doing something, notification might come on the phone. Do I turn it down? How do I keep it from talking when I'm doing something?
Okay, how do you silence TalkBack? It sounds like. Anybody have any help for Nancy? Or silence it just temporarily? Temporarily?
Yeah. I don't want to turn it off because then it won't be able to do anything. I know how to do that.
Just tell it to shush, right? Okay. Anybody have a quick way to shush the TalkBack? A gesture or something? I know what it is on the iPhone, but I'm sure there's something comparable.
Hi, this is DJ.
DJ, go ahead.
Like you, I know that with the iPhone, when voiceover is gabbing too much and you want to shut it off, you can just do a two-finger single tap. And
right. Is there some? Yeah, I know let's not confuse. Is there anything comparable, guys? Or is there a way to?
I'm easily confused.
yeah, I know. Hang on. We're gonna see our Android panel. Anybody, any thoughts there?
No, yeah. If when it's talking and you want it to be quiet, you just two-finger touch the screen, and that'll stop it from talking.
All right.
Two finger touching the screen. And stop it.
Yeah.
Just together or one? I mean, just you tap it with touch it with two fingers.
Just touch it with two fingers.
Okay, with two fingers. That sounds simple. How stupid! How come I didn't know that?
No, it's okay.
No. That it's not. Believe me, because there used to be a proximity sensor, but it doesn't work on the newer phones now, where you could just wave your hand over the top of your phone. So
wow,
that would make it be quiet. So
this is Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
All right.
Go
ahead.
You can still use the proximity sensor on phones that aren't Samsung phones.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that you can do, and you might need a little assistance to do this, but you can go into the customized gestures and set up a multi-finger gesture to where you can mute speech and unmute speech. So you're not turning TalkBack off, you're just muting the speech. So that's another option if you just wanted to turn it off because you don't want to hear any notifications while you're watching Netflix or something where the screen is going to stay live, but you don't want to get any announcements. You can just mute the speech. So you can go set up a shortcut for that.
Thanks. Thank you. And if I want to turn VoxMate on it says you can't have talk back on when VoxMate, but I have to keep talk back on to turn VoxMate on, right? And then I don't understand. Half the time I can't get VoxMate to turn on. I have it on my phone.
All right. Anybody have a answer for that part of her question? VoxMate? Anybody? Who's that?
I'm
This is
taking
Kevin.
notes.
I'll have to test it and see. I don't know if you're on the list, but I have to I'm
How
a
do you
beta
on the list
tester
again?
for VoxMate, but I have to check and see because I don't remember how I
Okay.
used to. I think you have to basically be on the icon for VoxMate and then hold down the volume up and volume down and then just double tap and hope for the best.
Okay, so Kevin is going to follow up on that. And Hershey or Evan, you want to tell Nancy how to get on the list again?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll write it down.
That's okay.
I'll write it down.
Okay.
Hey, so I just had some feedback again on that with VoxMate and TalkBack. What could be happening is when you're launching VoxMate, yes, it might be switching over from one to the other, but if you have like TalkBack as your shortcut, like what Kevin's saying, you could always use the volume up and down as a shortcut. So I'm not sure if you're struggling with that in between switching from VoxMate and TalkBack. And then for the list, it's iBUG today plus subscribe at groups.io.
iBUG today plus subscribe at groups.io. Thank you. I wrote it down.
No. It's iBUG Android Inside.
See?
I'm sorry. iBUG Android Insights
plus subscribe.
Plus subscribe at groups.io.
Yes.
Thank you. I wrote that down.
Very good. And if you forget, it's on our website under the Android Insight tab. Okay. All righty. Moving along. Who's got the next question? Or
hello.
Hello. What's your name? Who's that?
Good evening. My name is Erica Pavon. How are you?
Hi there. Hi, Erica. Welcome.
Thank you. I will try to explain you the best I can. I have an LG about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Working. And I don't know what happened about 2-3 months ago with only one finger moving up and down. It was changing the speech rate. But then I don't know what did I do or how it changed. And when I do the same, it changing language. And how can I switch that? Because I am more, interested in the change the
speech rate. Okay, so you want to get it back to where you can change the speech rate. Okay, panel, do you guys have any help for Erica and how to stabilize that, control her speech rate?
Okay, so this is Hershey, and the way I'm trying to understand between the TalkBack version, so there have been differences between TalkBack that could have changed this gesture for you, even a different phone and Android operating system. So give you an example, I have a Note 9 that's using Android 10 and voice assistant, so the gestures are different. So just to kind of clarify for everybody, but to answer your question specifically, you might try 3-finger swipe left and right to see if that is in fact the gesture. The other thing is try 3-finger tap to invoke the TalkBack menu and then go to TalkBack settings. And then you could basically go to customize gesture and figure out what gesture is set to which. So if you are struggling with, let's say, between speech rate to spoken language or something different, you could go ahead and set the gesture to your liking. Currently, Samsung uses 3-finger gestures, so swiping left and right is how it works. And now with the new TalkBack, it is a multi-finger gesture screen reader. So what you were doing in the past was possibly with the old TalkBack, which was a single finger screen reader. And now you just have multiple fingers that you could use. So if you ever use Voice Assistant, it's similar just for everybody. And for you personally, since you do have an LG phone, I'm guessing it's coming with TalkBack using Android Accessibility Suite, and you just basically might have an updated version that you're not familiar with, and they do have a TalkBack tutorial if you go into the TalkBack menu and settings.
All right, and Hershey, again, please try to get your volume up a little more because it's really hard to hear you, okay? All right, okay, Erica, we hope that will help you out. And forgot to mention also that all of our calls are recorded. So if you don't remember exactly what was said or the explanation, you can go back and visit under that Android Insight tab. There's a past recordings, and so you have all the recordings that we have done, and you can go and check it out. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Erica. Great question.
Michael?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just going to mention also, as far as the recordings of all previous call or Android Insight meetings, you can, we have a YouTube channel, the iBUG Today YouTube channel, and you can, search for Android Insight under that. And then most recently, it's been set up as a regular podcast. So any podcast app that you might want to use, you can subscribe there to the iBUG Android Insight podcast. You can use your smart devices. Just tell Alexa to play the latest episode of the iBUG Android Insight podcast, and it should play it there.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. McCulloch.
Sandhya,
yes, go ahead.
You still have two people. Just to remind everybody, you don't have to raise your hand. If you just wait and then speak up when there's a lull, and Sandhya will recognize you, because we have two hands raised right now, and you can go ahead and state your question.
All right, say who would like to go next?
Ending in 874. And
all right, let's keep going. Who's got the next question? Whoever had to raise their hand, you can say your name, please. You do have to unmute first and say your name.
So this is Peter Heidi.
Peter, go ahead.
I have a Moto G phone, and that it decides that the talkback function sort of decides that it doesn't want to talk, and then it'll talk later, and then I spend a huge amount of time trying to get it to talk. That I used to be able to go to home, to the home page, and then TalkBack worked, but that nowadays it's like it doesn't care anymore.
Oh my goodness, what did you do? What did you do, really?
I have no idea what I've done to it. It was, and it gets very frustrating because
I'm sure it does.
Working, and then all of a sudden it's not. And I mean, I'll be getting my messages, and it says, do you want to reply? And I say yes, and then it's dead.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I know. I don't mean to laugh. I know we've all been there. Frustration.
I mean,
frustration. All right. Who?
My wife laughs at me all the time.
Oh, well, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Okay. So who has help for Peter? Peter, right? Peter. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Peter needs help to make his TalkBack talk. Who can help? Panel, got any ideas? Okay. I guess not. Anybody else? Kevin? Oh, there's Ava. Go ahead.
I want to know, how old is your phone? Or do you know which Android you're? A year?
Yep.
Okay, that's odd. Food.
It's a Moto G20, and I bought it in 21, but it was a 20, And my understanding is that 20s work better than 21s anyway, but that I just there are days when if I wouldn't have to pay to repair the window, I'd toss it.
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
Just a question, Peter. Do you know if this was working when you first got it and then it's recently stopped working? Like, did you do any recent updates on it?
It was after, I mean, it's had several updates, but that the first 6 months that I had it, it was working just fine. And then there was an update that came, and I've been having difficulty with it ever since. The last update that I had made it even more difficult than that. I mean, I'm spending 20 to 30 minutes a day trying to get it to talk to me.
I'm just, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just wondering whether one of the updates that you didn't get a good update install.
No.
This is
so
Kevin.
That I need to go back and redo all of those updates.
Sri? Okay, Kevin, go ahead, Kevin.
I've never seen this happen before. The only thing that I could think is that you can do one of two things. You can uninstall the last TalkBack update or Android accessibility update, and then reinstall it. Just when you go to the Play Store, it's just going to say update. It's not going to say reinstall. But it sounds like the best option for you is to back up anything you want to keep. Your contacts and everything that you do is automatically backed up. But I would just do a system reset, because I can't. Usually people's problem is that they want to make it shut up. So I have never had a situation where it just would not talk at all, no matter. So that's, unless you have select to speak on and not talk back, that's the only thing that I can see. That's the only way I'd be able to duplicate this problem.
Okay. No, I don't have select to speak. And it is TalkBack.
Yeah, you'd have to. I would do a system reset. If you want to, you could just go into settings. Well, see, I don't. Oh yeah. So you can go into the settings and get into your apps, and you can go and uninstall the last update. It won't let you uninstall TalkBack completely, but you can uninstall the last update, which means that you would still have a functioning screen reader, and then you can go back to the Play Store and update it, just in case the update got corrupted somehow. But I think that you're just due for a system restore. Okay. And then that way, if the problem happened during one of the Android 10 to 11 or 11 to 12 update or something like that, then it'll be fixed.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Okay,
Thank
Peter, we hope this helps, and good luck. And we hope you come back and you're not frustrated anymore. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Okay,
all right. Let us know what happened. Okay. Come back next week, next month, and tell us. Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay. Who's next? Next question.
Hi, this is Catherine.
Catherine, what are you doing here? Hey.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Good.
I had to change phones because my speaker was corrupted. And anyway, I have the same phone. It's a Smart Vision 2. And I had taken it to Best Buy to have it set up. And most of my things transferred over as far as my contacts, but not my apps. So I had to reinstall those. But my question is, and I even called one of the places that sells the phone, happens to be in Canada, but not here in the U.S. any longer. Is there a universal command to turn on the screen? Because right now the screen isn't active, even though I use the buttons on the bottom of the screen. for entering numbers and things. I like using the flat screen. So is there a universal command? Because they told me to do #09, and I tried that and it didn't work. So anybody have a universal command to turn on the flat screen? Thanks.
Okay, panel, any thoughts?
That's a new one on me on that. Well, that's a new phone to me. So
Okay,
yeah.
all
Because
right.
is it that you're trying to get it's like the screen is blacked out or
When you tap on the screen or swipe or move your finger, you get no response. So like the screen isn't active.
okay. Now that's a new one for me. So
Okay,
and this is for what phone?
It's a Smart Vision 2 phone.
Smart Vision 2? Okay.
Uh-huh.
all right. Anybody else on the call have any ideas how to activate your screen on a Smart Vision 2? All right, Catherine.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay, well, we'll hope for, I hope you figure it out. No, nobody's got that phone right now, I guess, so. Okay,
thank you.
good, glad to have you, Catherine, thank you. You've been a
Thank
long
you.
time Android user, I know that, so, okay, glad to have you.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Yeah, great. Okay, who's next? New question. Is that somebody? Thought I heard somebody, but okay. Just say your name and you can ask your question. And it can be about Android, Google, Alexa, all kinds of stuff. Anybody? Or is anybody having any issues with, the latest operating system or program that you use frequently, having trouble, or it used to work and it doesn't work? We've all been there. So, okay. Anybody? Just remember you have to unmute and then say your name if you'd like to pose a question. Okay.
This is Sri.
Go ahead.
I've got an Amazon question. Is
Yes.
there a way to, I know we can do a drop-in, but is there a way that I can go to one specific device to do a drop-in instead of everything?
Oh. Okay. Anybody have any help for Sri? Drop in.
Jerry.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, here we go. Alexa, drop in.
Do you want to drop in on Jerry bedroom, kitchen, Nina bedroom, or all devices?
Jerry bedroom. Listen. See here. Okay, I'm in a room. Alexa, cancel.
Okay, so you were able to.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Alexa, drop in all devices.
Connecting to 3 available devices.
Now I'm in the whole house. Alexa, cancel.
That's pretty cool, Jerry. Thank
There
you.
go.
Good job. Sri, go ahead.
So, Jerry, so when I did drop in, it just starts dinging all the things. So you said drop in, then you wait, and then it asks you which of the devices?
Yes,
yeah, but you can
if you have more than one device.
Yes.
Yeah, if this is Ava, if
Go
your
ahead.
devices are named like mine are named, I name each room. All you have to do is say, Lady A, drop in on, and say the name of the device, and
Oh,
it
the
will
other
drop in
device.
only in that one. Yes.
Okay, great. And
Yes.
then can you do two, or is it just one or all?
It's one or all
Okay.
from what I've had work with. So you can go to one, then drop out, and you just say, Lady A, drop out of that one. Okay.
This is Sri.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Mhm.
What does drop out do? What does that?
No, it's like you drop in, it opens it up, drop out, closes it.
Wow.
So instead of saying cancel, you can always say, drop in on whatever, and then you can say drop out.
Okay. And
So
what
just
about
go ahead.
what about broadcast? Can it broadcast into one?
No, I think the broadcast is more if you broadcast into all of them.
That's what I just did. I asked it to drop in all devices.
All right, so hang on, just to clarify, so drop in is different from make an announcement, and that's what you're calling broadcast, right? So that one, you have to say, hey lady, make an announcement, and then she'll say, what is your announcement? And then you say the announcement, then she goes ding, ding, and then she tells the whole, every device. So that's the difference. So, okay, so just clarifying that. Go ahead. Sri?
Sorry. So broadcast, you cannot specify to one specific device. You have to do it all.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
That is a very useful thing, but I think I like the drop into all devices because, sometimes they may not hear it. And this way you could just yell at everybody to, repeatedly, because your announcement, she only does it once, on the broadcast.
Yeah.
This way you could go, we're eating now, get in here. You can just keep going. So, okay. All right.
I'm sorry, one more question.
Yes.
The drop-in is a two-way communication, right? It's like an open two-way communication.
Yes.
Okay, and to end it is a drop out.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Or after to cancel, close everything.
Okay,
And then
great.
when
Thank
you, like I said, like they said, if you open up a device, they can talk back to you. And then the person on the other end can hear you come in, so you're not going to sneak in on them.
This is Sandhya. I have a question. Then when you're doing that, setting up all that drop-in, do you have to authorize the drop-in on all of those devices, or how does it work?
Yes, you do. You do have to authorize it on all the devices.
So this is Sandhya. So is there one device is like the master, or you have to say, okay, you can always, they all have to authorize each other, or?
Yeah, I've had to authorize each device to let it do that. Yes.
Oh,
This is Sri.
Go ahead, Sri.
So I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Go ahead.
So even if you're the gatekeeper, like you're the account holder, you still have to. So do you have to do that each time, or is it just once?
Each time, because each of my device, I go in and I make sure I either have it checked or unchecked. So yeah, you have to check it for each device if you want to be able to drop in on those rooms.
Okay, well,
correct.
Yeah, go ahead, Trace. Go ahead.
So so I do have the drop-in checked on each of the devices.
Okay.
So then when I sort of drop in, is it going to have to initiate that? Like I just heard, I think it was Jerry that it says to initiate. Do you have to do that every time, or is it just once and then you're done?
I'll demonstrate one more time. Just
hang on, Jerry. Hang on, Jerry. No, we don't need a demo.
The way Jerry is doing it, he's saying drop in, and then it's coming back to ask him which one. If you're saying a specific one, name which room, then it's going to go directly to that room.
Okay, so Sri, this is Sandhya. I think the question you're asking is, do you have to authorize it every time? Is that what you're
That's
asking?
right.
No. Once
you
you've
do
checked
not.
it, you don't.
Yeah,
So
that's
once it's checked, no, you don't.
Okay, well, that's what I thought. Okay.
Thank you.
Good, Christian. Good. That's very important. Okay, thank you, Shri. Thanks to Jerry for the demo. Very cool. All right. Yes,
This is,
Kevin.
Kevin,
Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to I don't know how many people have them, but the Google Home and Nest devices do allow you to specify where you're going to make the announcement. So even though it's just me here, but if I just wanted to talk to my living room, I could. But so yeah, but it does allow you to specify. But if you just do like a general broadcast to home, like you're on the way, and you can broadcast to all the speakers in the home, even if you're not there.
Wow. Wait, this is Sandhya. How do you do that?
You just do just summons the assistant on your phone or your car or whatever, and just say, tell the people at home that I'm there, be there in 5 minutes, so be ready to go or whatever, and it'll just play on all the speakers.
That is so cool and scary. Well, I guess they get a little ding or something, so they don't suddenly start
It makes
appearing.
a little noise. It used to not, but now it makes a little noise, so they know it's coming.
Could be a little scary. Yeah, I'll give everybody a heart attack. Okay, all right.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
Can I follow up with that? Can those talk to the A-Lady devices too? Are they interchangeable, or they're just going to be solos?
No, they don't play with each other. Okay. Not even Amazon Music and YouTube Music or any of that. Google and Amazon. They don't do that.
They don't play well with others. Okay,
but they do control all of the devices, right? It seems like they both seem to turn on the light switch.
Like, light switches and thermostats and all that, yeah. But as far as like actual, apps and processes and stuff, it might work sometimes, but sometimes it they never will put like YouTube Music. They have Spotify and Apple Music and all that on Alexa, but they don't have YouTube Music or never had Play Music or anything like that. So I don't know.
Does it support Z-Wave?
I'm not sure.
I haven't seen that one in the list.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Shri. Okay, somebody new with a new question, or somebody old with a new question, or whatever. Anybody?
This is Herbie.
Go ahead, Herbie.
Okay, so I'm going to ask this because this has been a burning question all of a sudden on a mailing list. So, for a while now, DoorDash has become more and more inaccessible with iOS. And so the question has come up, what about Android? Is it accessible on that platform or not?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It is.
I am a DoorDash nut right now.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, very unfortunately.
Okay. Well, you want to just real quickly talk about DoorDash? What you can do real quick, just high level overview, what you can do.
On DoorDash, you can go in, and once you open the app on the Android, you can go in and actually search. They did revamp it, which I think is a little bit off, but where it says triangle, but then it may say the item. So hang on. Here we go. It will say the item, but you can go to search, and they have they have your list of favorites that you go to the most at the top. Hang on, here we go.
Folder closed. 1 UI home. Dice World. 2 notification. Navigation.
Okay, Google. Open DoorDash.
Google Assistant. Tap to dismiss assistant. Opening. DoorDash. Starting. DoorDash. Rate your delivery.
Okay.
Back button. $General.April 8 back button.
Back at
DoorDash. 2755 Oakland Brook Street.
So is this clear for everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and now we know your address too.
Oh yeah.
Convenience and list.
Well, and that's what comes up when it opens up. It does have your address on the first page.
2755
Okay, and it's at the top.
List.
So
image wrapper.
And all I'm doing is swiping to the right.
Grocery. Image wrapper. Alcohol. Image wrapper. Offers. Image wrapper. Chicken. Image wrapper. Fast food. Image wrapper.
So if I
Fast
go
food.
fast food,
Fast food. Selected. Selected image wrapper. Burgers. Image wrapper. Desserts.
I like desserts tonight.
Selected. Selected image wrapper. Breakfast. Image wrapper. Comfort food. Image wrapper. Dairy Queen dollar fast food ice cream 2.8
Okay.
miles. 32 min 4.3 1,000. 200 plus $0 delivery fee over $12 out of list.
So what I did was once I hit desserts, rather than swiping to the right all the time, I just went to the bottom of the page, like a fourth of the way from the bottom, and touched, and that gives me the restaurant. So there's Dairy Queen. So if I double tap on Dairy Queen,
Dash. Dairy Queen. Back button. Save. Share via Dash Pass. EQ 32 minutes.
see it gives you the time.
Dash Pass. EQ cakes, chicken strip baskets, and Blizzard registered sign treats 4.3 1,000. 200 plus ratings 2.8 miles. $0 delivery fee on $12 plus delivery time.
Okay, so it gives you the information of, what are some of the foods it serves, as well as, how long it takes.
32 minutes.
So it's only 32 minutes to get to me, but it also lets me know zero, delivery fee if I spend $12. And they just don't add in all those other fees.
Button.
All right. Wow.
Okay,
Text
so
delivery. Selected. Delivery tab
and,
1 of
you
2.
know,
List 2 items.
you do get to choose delivery or pickup.
Pickup tab. Group order button out of
Group
list.
order.
In list.
Okay.
Order it again. Quickly add items from your past orders out of list.
And see, and that's where, since I've ordered from Dairy Queen before, it'll pull up my past orders.
Dude sandwich. Extra American cheese. Extra flamethrower sauce. Extra meat patty 1/6 pounds. Extra mustard. Extra pepper jack cheese. Extra pickles.
Okay.
Extra Swiss cheese. Extra
So if I
tomato,
double tap
$8.90.
on that,
8 options selected. Undo button. Back button.
I'll take the extra onions, please.
Last ordered on March 19th.
And the extra
2000.
jalapenos and the mustard and the mayo.
yeah. And it comes up and tells me when I last ordered. Like I said, they've done some changes. Like if it gives you multiple options, like if you're doing a combo, it will come in and ask you, once it goes through each item, sometimes you have to, it looks like a combo box now. So when you tap on it, you pick what you want, and then it tells you, and then it'll say save. And then you save it, and then you're still within that menu. And then you just go to add to cart. Okay. But yeah, DoorDash is very friendly. It's just, it has those little icons in there that
A Delicio's chicken fried steak
Of
sandwich
not-
topped with mayo, lettuce, tomatoes.
that are not
Oh, that sounds good too. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's more accessible than what it is on iPhone right now. You can't even get to the restaurant now. So
All right. I think Kevin has some help for us. Go ahead, Kevin.
It shouldn't be this way, but I guess they're aware that sometimes there's issues. So I guess on that list, I'm not aware, but they've been, there is an accessibility number where they'll go in and do the order for you.
Oh.
As long as you have an account created and you have your saved credit cards and all that on there. So they will, it's the DoorDash disability assistance line, kind of like the Amazon one. And they'll walk you through everything that's on the menu and do the quantities and all that for you. So there is an alternative with, at least with DoorDash, at least. I don't know any other ones that do this, but DoorDash does have an accessibility line.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
And Kevin, can you send that number to the list?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Who's next with a new? Yeah, thanks, Ava, for making us all hungry. We haven't had dinner yet, so.
Hey, I'm in that list too now.
Getting a little grumpy here. Okay. Who's next? New question? Anybody? Problem? Any thoughts? Well, I will share one thing. This is Sandhya. Audible is related to Amazon. And so, this is regardless iPhone or Android. If you are a member of Audible, I know that sometimes I don't use all my credits, and somebody told me that you could get them restored. And so I called them up and I got my 26 credits restored. So pretty amazing. So otherwise they would have been lost. So just letting you know, you can do that.
Yeah, you can also do that. Let's say you had a book and you started reading and you just, it wasn't one that you liked. You can always call their line disability. Their call Audible and they will return your credit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I usually do it online on my computer when I go. But it used to be you could do it under the options under the book as well. When it was
Okay.
a book within the year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Anything
sense.
over a year, no, it won't do it.
All right. Well, I
This is
have.
Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
I'm sorry, Sandhya. Can you explain what is it that you got your 20 some credits back? Is it from that it expired that you got it back?
I didn't use, like every year you accumulate like 12 credits or whatever, and I didn't use them. And so they were lost. If you go over 12 credits, you forfeit them, you forfeit a credit. So there were a couple of years where I didn't buy anything. So I had all these credits that had been lost. And so they can see what I lost, what I didn't use. Because you're paying $15 a month, so you should theoretically get 12 credits every year. So they restored 26 credits.
This is Shri.
Yep.
So I pay an annual fee. I think I pay like $99 a year, something like that. That gives me, I think it gives me 12 credits. And I just renewed it. I just renew it every year. So, but I'm told that I have to use those.
Oops, lost your
annual
Shri.
subscription.
Wait, you kind of faded out. Wait, come back.
So I have an annual subscription with Audible. So every
Right.
year I pay like $99 to get my credits.
Uh-huh.
And I get an email saying if you don't use your credits by end of this period, you lose it. So you're saying you can get them back?
Yes, you can get it back. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I don't know why they would take it out then if you're just gonna.
I know. Well, not everybody. I mean, somebody told me this, and she got like 75 credits back. So it's like, wow.
Do they give time?
This is Kevin.
Go ahead.
There was a settlement about this, and I don't know if going forward if they're going to take the credits away, but there's also everybody got a free bonus credit as part of this settlement. Even if you had never lost any credit. So that might have been one of the 26 that you got. Might have been that bonus one because there was some sort of settlement that happened. And so that's why they're restoring people back so far because of that.
So
because there was a time that they were taking them away after like 90 days. Like if you accumulated 6 months or something, they were taking them away. So there was some sort of settlement.
Wow, thanks for that. Good news, Kevin. Okay.
Hang on, Sandhya.
Uh-huh.
Tony, I see your hand is raised. You don't need to raise your hand. You just need to speak up and wait until Sandhya acknowledge you. But if you could go ahead and ask your question or comment.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I do have a Echo Dot myself, and I gotta tell you, I love it. I really do. I never did, thought about buying it anyway, but then I said, you know what, why not? And plus I got my sister one too anyway. And I said, you know what? She could really use one because she loved listening to her music. And so do I too. And another thing I wanted to say, I got an Audible myself from Amazon, and I haven't even used up any of my credits too. And I gotta call them up and tell them if there's still any credits that I still have left behind, or whatever.
All right. Well, good deal. Glad you're enjoying that Echo Dot. I love them too. So that's a very nice sister. You're a good sister. All right.
I know. Thank you.
Just to give y'all a little side note on the Echo Dots, you just like when Cherie asked about dropping in your house, you can actually drop in on a friend. If you have that contact list, your Echo Dot joined with your contact list. I have a friend of mine. I have my drop in turned on. She can call me from her Echo Dot to mine, so she can literally drop in on me because I've given it permission to do that, or I can drop in on her.
Yes, and this is something I think people use that also with their like elderly parents, you know, or to check on them, and that also, you know, we're visually impaired, but some people also use the Echo Show that has a camera and a display, and then you can actually see them, which is a little more invasive, but you know, that's always a comfort to know that they're okay. So
yeah. That's why mine is in the kitchen and in my workout studio.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Ava. Okay, who has a new question? Otherwise, I have another question. Oh, lots of questions, I tell you. Okay, nobody's asking questions. So my question is, I bought a 4th gen Echo. And this is another weird thing. I bought my brother one and it was only $64. And then I was like, wow, what a great deal. And then I went to buy, I was like, why didn't I buy myself one? You know, and then I was like, it was $99. Do they like just go on sale periodically? I mean, that's the newer one, isn't it? Or is that not? It is a new one, right?
Yeah.
So,
and
yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, yeah, I was just surprised, and then it went up $30. So, like,
yeah, no, they do go on sale periodically.
Yeah.
So it's like to be able to watch out for them. I know it should be Prime Day is not coming up until the summer.
Yes, yeah.
Ava's
Day. We also call it Ava's Day, right? So my question is, so I know this is going to sound kind of weird, but I want to have my Echo in my shower, and there are no plugs in my bathroom. I have no idea why, but they're not in the shower area. Okay, so what I did is I bought the battery, thing, so you can screw it into the bottom and then put it in your shower. The question is that I have is, how long is that thing supposed to last? Does anybody use that battery thing, or have they ever? I know they have them, but it doesn't seem to last very long. So I don't know what's going on. That's my question.
This is Kevin.
Yes, sir.
I don't have one of those, but the fact that the reason that Amazon doesn't make those and Google doesn't make those with the battery, because since it's always listening, it's gonna drain the battery pretty fast. They had the Echo Tap at one time, and when they changed it to always listening, they recommended that you keep it plugged up, because that one I think you could run on battery for a little while, but that always listening takes a lot.
Oh, so could I? This is Sandhya. Could I turn that off? We kind of defeat the purpose.
Well, you turn the mic. If you turn the mic off, I mean, it's just going to give you a little bit of time. It's just, I mean, I guess you just have to, periodically, I guess once a day or something, when you're not showering, just charge it, I guess. I don't know.
This thing is kind of heavy. It's a kind of it's not, I mean, that wouldn't be a problem. This thing is like, the new shape of this thing, Kevin, is like how would you describe it? It's like a oval, like almost. So it's totally different shape now.
Well, you could get you one of those like 10 or 20,000 watts or whatever it is, one of those big power battery packs, and just put it on the counter or something.
Am I going to get electrocuted now?
No, not if you put it on the counter. Don't put it in the shower. Just
there's no counter. It has to be in the shower. That's the problem. All right. See, these are hard problems, Kevin. Okay. Go ahead, Sri. I'll tell you.
So I bought a UA. I think it's made by company that makes Logitech.
What
They
is
make
the
an Amazon.
UA? What is that?
God, it's a brand, a part of Logitech.
Okay, because UA also
Uh,
stands for urinalysis, so I'm pretty sure that's
well, it's
what
also
you're talking
it's. I was thinking you were going to say Under Armour, but that's not it either. You went to the extreme other end. So
I'm thinking of the criminal aspect. Okay, go ahead.
it's so they make a series of devices that are waterproof. That it's also it's all there's no battery. It's charged. It's a rechargeable Amazon device. So I take it outside on the patio, and so you might want to think about getting something like that. That'll last for hours when you're just using the Amazon device. And then it does have some limitations compared to a Dot, but if you're asking Amazon questions or playing your music and stuff, it'll play it.
Well, this thing, I mean, setting it up, that was the other quick aside. I bought it and I was able to just set it up. It was just like effortless. I mean, they're getting smarter and smarter. I mean, it was just really amazing. So because I hadn't bought an Echo device in a while, so it was amazing. And it does sound really good. So I don't know, maybe I have to just keep taking it in and out of the shower. I don't know. Okay. All right. We'll think about it. Okay. Anybody else? New topic, new question. Got a few more minutes. Ava?
Any there's nothing new other than, well, I did buy my Samuel Jackson voice because they offered it again.
Oh, so how does that work?
It works with Ziggy. So, oops, sorry. Well, mine in my office decided it didn't like me. But rather than me saying Ziggy do this or Ziggy this, I can say Samuel. It's for Samuel Jackson to give him commands. The only thing he won't do is what are those things called? A
routine or
no, not the routine. The other one. It's like when you have apps set up on my Amazon. It won't do certain things like oh God, I just went totally blank. Well, put it this way. God, and
Are
it's
you
right
talking
there.
about skills?
Thank you. Skills.
There you go.
It will
Skills.
not do skills.
Oh.
But it will do, because Santa Claus is still on there too. So I can say, hey, Santa. I can turn him on. But I can say, hey, Samuel, what time it is? What time is it?
So this is Sandhya. What is Ziggy again? I know that was a new voice. It's a new voice for her. For Alexa.
Oh yeah, you have Ziggy is one of the new voices. So you have the choice of computer, Echo.
Oh, new name.
A new name, and plus the new voices. You have the male voice or Alexa's female voice that you can use. So hang on. Ziggy, volume 7.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Hey Samuel, what's the weather?
If you look outside, you might actually see some. The current weather is 77 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly cloudy skies. Throughout the night, you can expect more of the same with a low of 72 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's Samuel. So if I go, Ziggy, what time is it? See, Ziggy just don't like me because I put Samuel.
We see that.
Yeah.
We see that.
But you can always you don't have to go into your Alexa app on your phone or computer to change it. You can just say, Lady A, change voice.
Oh.
And it will switch it over to the male's voice.
And this is Sandhya. Can you also, I think I remember, you can speed her up, right? You can tell her to talk faster.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, you can.
Just say, hey, lady, talk faster or something.
Yeah, and then you can also tell her to change her name too.
Oh, okay.
So that's a new feature. That's another feature you can do. You can always give her the command to change her name. and she will do that too.
Oh, like Sandhya's bedroom or whatever.
No,
That?
yeah, if you're in your bed, say no. I wish, because I'd have mine changed. No, you can say like Lady A, change your name to Ziggy or to computer or to
The wake word.
Echo,
You're changing the wake
word.
word.
Yeah, the
Okay.
wake word.
Okay.
And
Wow.
it's
So
their
you don't.
name. So,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. That's cool. Okay, one other question. Isn't there a follow-up feature or something where it's like smart, or am I mixing up with?
No. There is the follow-up feature. You do have to turn that on so that once you speak to Ziggy, let's say he's already given me what I've asked for, I can always follow up with another question or a command.
Okay. Yeah, I have not gotten that to work.
Like,
cool. I'm gonna have to do a lot of practicing with my Echo Dot Alexa.
All right, Tony, we gave you some tricks here for you, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
This is Shri.
Go ahead, Shri.
It's Ultimate Ears is the name. I messed up the name. It's Ultimate Ears.
Oh, UE, like UE Boom. Okay, yeah. Okay. I actually have those speakers. They're waterproof and they float, and
yeah, you could take that in the shower.
And they come with a floaty, guys. I mean, like they literally come with a floaty.
Oh,
So
I need that for my tub.
They're so cute. Yes. I don't know what happened to my floaties, but I do have 2 of them. So
well, before we end, I want to do this one thing. Hey Samuel, what's today's date?
Today is Wednesday, April 20th.
Thank you.
Anytime. Glad I could help.
I like that because I always tell them thank you.
I like that too.
All right.
When you have a Google Home Mini, when you say that, he goes, "It's my job." So yeah.
All right. Any other? Yes. 20.
This is Freddie.
Freddie, go ahead.
I like to ask her, what can you do for me?
Oh, you ask a lady, what can you do for me?
Yes.
Oh wow, what does she tell you?
do it. Ask her.
Okay. Hey Samuel, what can you do for me?
Uh-oh.
You already know I've been in a lot of movies, but do you know which one I personally like best? If you're curious, ask me.
Which movie do you like best?
The Empire Strikes Back is my all-time favorite. It's impressive, most impressive. For more Star Wars fun, just say,
I didn't even
use the
movies.
Okay.
Yeah, but
cool. Very cool. Okay.
Awesome. Wow.
All right. So we are close to the end of our meeting. So just a real quick recap. I really want to, thank all of our panel, Ava and Hershey, and all the people that helped answer questions. We couldn't do this without you. We appreciate your insight and your experience and sharing it with everybody tonight. We will be back on the 3rd Wednesday of May. So please come to that.
Yes. Which is May 18th.
Thank you. Yes. May 18th. And also just for the social aspect, if you're a Trekkie, come tomorrow on this same Zoom conference line. We're going to be watching Star Trek: The Next Generation, episodes the 12 and 13 of season 4. You have time to watch them. They're about 45 minutes each. Then come watch the movie. It's audio described. It's Sabrina from 1954. That'll be on Friday. So we like to have some fun. We like to do some training. We hope that you will be a part of our drawing. If you want to, spend $10 and have a chance at winning $500, think of all the things you could buy, or maybe you could give that to a friend. So, and you would be supporting us as well. We would be very grateful for your support. Okay, so please go and subscribe to on our website, ibugtoday.org. You can also please go to Android Insight. There's a special tab. And once you go there, you can subscribe to the mailing list, and Ava and Hershey and everybody else can post information there. It's a great source of information. So with that, we will draw this meeting to a close and say good night and thank y'all for your presence. So have a good night. Take care.
Everybody.
Good night.
Bye. Thank
Good night.
you.
Thank you.